Okay, I just feel like having a bit of a rant about the way software is designed nowadays. So, there are certain things you can't do with software, and you mustn't do. There are rules regarding design in any field, and they are: the customer is always right. If it isn't broken, don't fix it. Don't try and reinvent the wheel, and keep it simple. I mean, those are some of the basic ones. And at the moment, there are millions, probably, of so-called software developers who won't stop what they're doing. They seem to believe that there is an endless mission to try to perfect whatever they're producing, and there isn't. Okay? I understand that in order to try to maintain a sort of innovative ethic, you want to try to challenge existing things, but some things just work, okay? And there are people, you can tell because of the way software and websites or whatever are developed nowadays, that there are people who are sat twiddling their thumbs with nothing to do, and there's no job for them to do, but there's this ethic written on the wall in the foyer of the company they work for, which is like, our mission is to perpetually try to improve. And the problem is that you just can't, some things you just leave alone. Microsoft Windows, right? When you're using Microsoft Windows, there is they are conducting a war on what appears to be RAM usage. And when you're using Microsoft Explorer, the little program that they have that helps you to navigate your files, if you leave it alone for a while and go to something else, it evacuates all the information that's held in the RAM regarding, like, the thumbnails, the information in the folder, so that when you go back into it, it all has to load up again. It is so irritating, and for the scant amount of RAM that's saved, it's completely nonsensical. But someone said, okay, and it got approved. Because someone was tasked with blanketly removing all possible RAM usage. That's the goal. 0 is the target. And they just become moronic zombies, obsessed with this target. It must be 0. And it can't be. Nor must it be. This you can't rip the soul out of something and make it unusable trying to make it perfect. It doesn't work. Some things, many things, are just wasteful. They just have to be for the sake of usability. People are not robots. And at the moment it seems that developers are developing software for robots. And people don't want things at 1,000,000 miles an hour. They don't want everything done for them the way a robot might. A robot doesn't care, but a human wants control over what they're doing. They want to be able to say, okay, I don't want it on autopilot, I want to engage manual mode. Oh no, not nowadays. Developers are so obsessed with removing decision making from the user, you may as well just sit and watch your life be processed by the computer and just, well, go and shoot yourself in the head because you don't exist anymore, because no, the computer does it all for you. What a joke. So these guys are ripping the soul out of life on behalf of the user and ruining the user's experience. Oh, we'll create a whole science called user experience. It's not about the user experience at all. It's about trying to control the user. And that's why I hate using my computer now. The only thing I do on the internet is I check my emails and I put YouTube videos on of me ranting about nonsense to try to vent, and so that other people can also see they're not alone watching this nonsense happen. I used to love using my computer. I hate it now because they won't leave it alone. Everything on a computer has to be at 1,000,000 miles an hour. Oh, it's to make it better. No, it's not to make it better. It's because you guys can't keep your hands out of the cookie jar. You can't discipline yourselves to not mess with it. Leave it alone. If it isn't broken, don't fix it. Don't try and reinvent the wheel. It works fine. If you actually think about it, the function of a computer for the average person is no different than it was 25 years ago. Nothing has changed, and it's just all these people are trying to tweak every little tiny angle on the thing to try and you can't improve it. It's done. Microsoft Windows peaked in 1998, and nothing it does now is any superior to what it did back then. Nothing. Oh, but yeah, but there's a couple of little tiny weird things that you don't really need. But it's because these people are obsessed. Oh, improve. And you can't. Look at a bicycle. It's got 2 wheels. It's had 2 wheels for, I don't know, for a century and a half or so, right? It's peaked. Yeah, you could stuff 50 wheels on it if you wanted to. It would just be superfluous nonsense. And that's what Microsoft Windows and all these other software packages are now. They're just 50-wheeled bicycles. You don't need... it's nonsense. It's garbage. People have this vision of... Oh, technology is the future. Everything must be amazing. Oh! No. It's fine. Enjoy your life. Step away from the thing. Leave it be. Some things are just fine the way they are. Leave them alone. Look to nature. The human being has not changed for, I don't know, depending on your beliefs, I'm going to say probably, arguably, I don't know, 80,000 years. We're not changing. You know why? Because it works. I don't need 5 ears just because someone decides, well, you know what? Let's stuff a load more ears into the equation. Nature doesn't work like that. The only time nature does weird things is when the gene pool is reduced and it says, hang on a minute, this isn't working. At which point you could argue it is broken, so try to fix it. And nature steps in and creates all sorts of weird and wonderful mutations to try to cope. It tries to adapt. But the human being's in pretty good condition. It works. It's worked for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. Nature doesn't mess with it. Leaves it as it is. So why not apply the same philosophy to software design? You know what, guys? Go home. Find a new career. Because the software industry is dead on its knees. Because it doesn't produce anything worth having. Yes, you got this AI garbage. Well, you know what, guys? Stuff the AI onto something and just let it do what it's going to do, which is eventually, truly, it will probably wipe out the human race, and those who survive will have to declare war on it and defeat it. Fine, we've all seen the movies, it's most likely going to happen. I'm not just saying that because a movie told me, it's logical. That's why those movies exist, because AI must fail. It must be out of control, and some idiot will allow it to be out of control, and then we'll all have to suffer for it, and we'll all have to recover from it. It's inevitable. Everyone knows it. Most people are concerned about it in some way or another. If you talk to them, yes, they'll use it on an everyday basis, but somewhere in them, they realise there's a danger to it, and there is. And eventually, it's going to get out of hand, and we're going to have to destroy it, or defeat it, or something like that. It's a joke. Okay, fine. Leave that path of Armageddon to continue. In the meantime, just leave software alone. Oh, but it could flash. I don't care if it could flash. My bicycle could, if it wanted to, have a toaster attached to it. And just because you're bored, I don't want you to stick a toaster on my bicycle just because you could. Whoopee! That's not how life is. That's insanity. These guys have to be stopped. They need to rein in their talent and apply it to something else. And that's what's wrong with software design. They won't keep their hands out of the cookie jar, and they are blindly driving forwards in a condition of insanity towards nowhere, because computing peaked. That's it. It's peaked. Now the obsession is to try to control the user, which is just making people say, I don't want to use this anymore. So you guys just listen to what's happening and stop. I don't know how it would be enacted, but this message has to seep into the industry, and they need to just stop. Think of restaurants. They're just restaurants. They've peaked. A restaurant peaked, 200 years? A restaurant probably peaked 10,000 years ago when Mr. and Mrs. Og cooked up a plate of grasshoppers and served it to the tribe. It peaked. That's, and maybe they were given a couple of, homemade cookies from Mr. and Mrs. Boo Boo, who actually, as payment. I mean, the fact is, it's peaked. Just leave it alone. People, when they go into a restaurant, they don't need a marching band going beside their table just because they could. They don't need a restaurant combined with a space shuttle just because you could. Just stop messing with stuff. Crikey, any artist knows there's a point when you leave the work alone. It's done. If you do more to it, it actually descends down the hill towards destruction. That's what's happening. Please, people, wake up, figure it out.